The way this man says things, Hi, hello, and welcome to, or welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be listening to my first ever Kendrick Lamar album all the way through. We're starting with Section 8, or Section 80. It's Section 80? Right. Anyways, regardless. Hi, future me editing on the couch. Sorry about the setup, but I have a couple of quick important announcements that I didn't know when I first recorded this. This album reaction is going to be posted in 4 parts, and I'm going to post them on Sundays going forward. But starting Thursday, March 13th, I'm going to start posting the parts early, so you get early access if you're on Patreon. It's free to join. My ultimate goal is really just to build the community that I'm building here over there as well, because often things get flagged and taken down on YouTube, which is actually what happened to one of my videos yesterday. I just want to be clear that all parts are going to be posted on YouTube and on Patreon for free. It's just when you're going to get access to them. However, if you are interested in supporting my channel, I have decided to post the full album reaction on Thursday, March 13th as well. And so you can get early access. It'll probably be like $, I don't know, somewhere in there. But again, I just want to be clear, you will not have to do that. I will post all the parts without a paywall on YouTube and on Patreon. Completely understand that even a few dollars is often not an option, but if you are interested in supporting my channel and getting access early, the option will be there. Last thing, full transparency, I did have a technical issue with the last song on the album, so there is a portion of that song that is cut out. My analysis was pretty much all at the end anyways, so you still get all of that. It's just a portion of the song is cut out of my actual reaction. You want to purchase it early, I wanted you to be aware about that last song. But even if you just want to join as a member free, you'll still get to see them early on Thursdays. So anyways, all right, back to the video. So we're gonna hop right in and start with the first song. Okay, next up we're gonna have Tammy's song, Her Evil. That just seems, I feel like this is gonna be a lot. Like already out the door, I just feel. Did I take my medication today? I don't think I did. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay, anyways. He always has such interesting intro and outros.
Don't judge me.
I know this girl, she a real good girl. And she be low-key looking like a star with a real nice car. A Mercedes key, and she got a nigga, and she love this nigga. Well, at least I think every time we bark, she pays no mind. In the middle of the street, she be like, fuck them other niggas, cause I'm down for my nigga. Fuck them other niggas, cause I'm down for my nigga. Fuck them other niggas, I ride for my nigga. I die for my nigga. Fuck them other. Until one day, he was an ex.
Don't judge me. Interesting. Again, I always like when he brings in a feminine voice into it.
So one day, he was an acting right. In the middle of the night, she checked his phone. Erica right. When he played the fifth, man, it was on. Matter of fact, she gone. Matter of fact, Tyrone was on speed dial. So when she got home, it was going down. She go, fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Sick of lies from her nigga. Fuck that other.
This guy cheats, he won't fess up to it. She's like, I'm done, I'm gone, and she goes and gets with someone else.
I know this girl, she a
Baby, go lay down.
girl, and she with the shit, keep her hair tied up. Big bamboos, Mike Jordan kicks with that big butt. But when I try to holler, she gon' resist, and her man she trusts. So when I walk by her, she be screaming, and she be like, fuck them other niggas, cause I'm down for my nigga. Fuck them other niggas, cause I'm down for my nigga.
Baby, I love you. Do the good baby dog. But do go lay down. Do good puppy. Do the good puppy. Do go lay down. Okay, so we've been introduced to another girl, I believe.
Fuck them other niggas, I ride for my nigga, I die for my. Fuck them other. Until one day, he was an acting right. In the middle of the night, she checked his pockets, found condoms by Magnum minimum, they was acknowledged. She popped inside, then ran outside, then started driving on the passenger side. Homeboy was spotted, she go, fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Fuck that other nigga when she tired of her nigga. Sick of lies from her nigga. fuck that other. And so these girls, these vulnerable girls, took they midnight, put them in their world, they vulnerable world. And just like that, it was on again, got they feelings hurt. Tell me how that sound. They got fed up with the biggest question mark. They curious now, cause when women get sick of men, they think of a big helping hand to lend each other, uncover emotions when lights dim. So when she telling her to come over, it'll be alright. The minute she hit the block and turn left, she be turning dyke. They go fuck with.
Okay, so question was answered that we are talking about two separate people now. I love the way he says that. These vulnerable girls, they took men up, they took them into their world, their vulnerable world, and just like that, their feelings are getting hurt. Tell me, how does that sound? You know, it's like, this is such like a common situation that happens. These vulnerable women, wow. This is so good. They're ending up together. Wow. Gonna be honest, don't love the word choice, but I also have to acknowledge that it was 2011. I understand things are different than they are, today, but
The bitches when they tired of these niggas. Fuck with other bitches when they tired of these niggas. Fuck with other bitches on the side of these niggas. Tammy song.
I love how he ends his songs and they'll connect to like the next one or one later on in the album. I've seen that happen a couple times now. He is just such a storyteller, and the way he constantly is able to create images and evoke different emotions to the point to where it's like, okay, I need to know more about the story. It's like watching a film. It's like reading a book. You want to know how the story continues. Even though I obviously am anticipating it to, it's not going to have a happy ending. Obviously, I know what I know from Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, but I still want to know how the story continues. And that is just not something you get in music in the same way you do from like a book or film. Obviously, there's plenty of storytelling albums, but there's something about Kendrick that is just so visionary. To me, it's such a unique thing to be able to, while committing to a theme and to have such a cohesive vision around an album and to tell this like ongoing story in an album while still being able to have enough different songs still staying within the vision. He's just unbelievably talented in that. I'm just constantly so impressed. Once again, we have a great song. I mean, I get it. I like the plot twist at the end. I don't blame you a bit. I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Next up, we have chapter 6. Let's jump into it. Ooh.
Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. And wild and reckless is how we live life. I pray that we make it to 21. We make it to 21.
I like that.
Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. No wild and reckless is how we live life. I pray that we make it to 21. We make it to 21.
I really like that. I really like that. It's really catchy. And it's gonna be stuck in my head. I can tell you right now, it's gonna be stuck in my head.
I'm glad we was able to talk about her vice and her evils. There's an even more important topic.
Okay. Yeah, because we had her vice with no makeup and we had her evils with Tammy's song. Okay. Wait. Oh my god. Crap. I'm just figuring out that in the last song I said the outro was like alluding to another song. But that song was literally Tammy's song that I was listening to. We're just gonna pretend I didn't do that. Anyways, moving on. My bad.
There's an even more important topic I'd like to discuss. The dysfunctional bastards of the Ronald Reagan era.
Preach. Preach. I love him. I love him. Please. Dysfunctional. Yeah. 100%. I cannot believe I'm listening to an album that is going to hate on Ronald Reagan era. I have so much to say. I didn't even love economics, okay? But the amount that I have to say just on economics alone, that's not even talking about all the other messed up. Okay, yes, I'm here for this. Please.
Young men that learn to do everything spiteful. This is your generation. Live fast and die young. Who's willing to explain this story?
So, who's willing to explain this story? And then Kendrick's gonna, wow.
All we want to do is have a good time. Young, wild, and reckless is how we live life. I pray that we make it to 21. We make it to 21. Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. Young, wild, and reckless is how we live life. I pray that we make it to 21.
Short song. I was willing to explain the story, just this idea of setting it up that Kendrick's going to continue to explain and expand throughout the albums, using his voice and his platform for this. Obviously, I'm excited knowing that he's going to talk about the Ronald Reagan era is a highlight to me. There's something about songs that have a sad or a heavy, or however you want to classify it, messaging while still sounding chill or uplifting. I personally really enjoy those songs. They're a vibe to listen to while also conveying such a message. That's basically Kendrick's entire MO at this point, and that really resonates with me. I also love that we're bringing back that same man's voice from earlier of giving that speech, obviously setting things up for things that he's going to want to talk about, but also highlighting not only generationally what's going on, but also within his location of Compton. How much of a message it is to understand that children praying that they'll make it to 21. I mean, if that doesn't evoke something for you, I just can't imagine that not evoking something. Chapter 6 was good. I'm interested to see where we go from here because I feel like we've kind of been setting up for something. Next up, we have Ronald Reagan era, his evils. I feel like I'm not prepared.
We're far from good, not good from far. 90 miles per hour down Compton Boulevard.
I was simply not expecting that. Okay.
With the top down, screaming, we don't give a fuck. Drink my 40 ounce of freedom while I roll my blunt. Cause the kids just ain't alright.
Is every this video is gonna be a nightmare to edit. Is every cat? You know what? It's fine. Is that a song? 40 ounce of freedom. I feel like that's a song. Cause the kids just ain't right. Wasn't that a campaign in the Reagan era too? Or after the Reagan era?
Oh shit, nigga! Something about to happen. Look at this shit. Nigga, this sound like 30 keys under the Compton court building. Hope the dogs don't smell it.
Welcome to Vigilante 80, so don't you ask me. I'm hungry, my body's antsy. I rip through your fucking pantry, peeling off like a sand.
Oh my god. I'm hungry, my body's ripping through your pantry. Because of his, oh my god. And his policies were just so cruel towards lower income. I just, wow.
I'm hungry, my body's antsy. I rip through your fucking pantry, peeling off like a Zanny. Examine my orchestra. Granny said when I'm old enough, I'll be sure to be all I can be. You niggas markets can't be washed up. pussy, fix your panties. I'm Mr. Marcus, you getting fucked, You ain't heard nothing harder since Daddy came. Take it in vain, like it is, couldn't ease the pain. Lightning bolts hit your body, you thought it rained. Not a cloud in sight, just the shit that I write. Strong enough to stand in front of a traveling freight train. Are you trained? To go against Dracula, tracking the record industry by my fangs. Stronger.
To go against Dracula, like sucking the life out of, dragging the record industry by my fangs.
Tracking the record industry by my fangs. AK clips, money clips, and gold chains. You walk around with a P90 like it's the 90s. Bullet to your temple, your homicide to remind me that Compton crib niggas ain't none of us. Compton Pyrus ain't none of us. Compton essays ain't none of us. But they fuck with me, and bitch, I love it.
Am I understanding we're talking about Salem? I love you. You are a fabulous kitty. But I need you. Yes, you can roll over so well. I'm taking that as he's acknowledging these gangs, that he's not affiliated, but like he's acknowledging them and that they like support him. Even across lines, they support his messaging. Is that like, am I getting that? Also, looks like he's on the prowl. Salem, what are you doing? This whole video is a mess. That whoop-de-whoop, which is very, very catchy. Iron?
Let's hit the county building, gotta catch my check. Spin it all on a 40 out to the neck. And in retrospect, I remember December being the hottest. Squad cars, neighborhood wars, and stolen monsters. I tell you motherfuckers that life is full of hydraulics. Up and down, get a 6-4, better know how to drive it. I'm driving on E with no license or registration. Heart racing, racing past Johnny because he's racist. 1987, the children of Ronald Regan raped the leaves off your front porch with a machine blowtorch.
The way this man says things, I just rake the leaves off your porch with a machine blowtorch. Wow. Insane line. I don't know how to interpret that line. Part of me is like, his policies were so aggressive and they just hurt so many people, especially people in like lower income areas. And I can't tell if this line is talking about it more in the sense of you took such aggressive actions, something like that, or more talking about like the classes, the front porch of someone who isn't as affected by these policies. I'm a little iffy on what that's trying to say. I can kind of interpret it in multiple ways, and maybe that's the point.
He blowing no stress, hoping that he's the stress. He copping some blow, hoping that he can stretch. Newborn massacre, hopping out the passenger with calendars, cause your day coming. Run him down and then he gun him down. I'm hoping that you fast enough. Even the legs of Michael Johnson don't mean nothing, because Compton crib niggas ain't none to fuck with. Compton Pyrus ain't none to fuck with. Compton essays ain't none to fuck with. But they fuck with me, and bitch, I love it.
Love that. Ooh.
Can't detour when you at war with your city. Why run for? Just ride with me, just die with me. That gun store right there. When you fight, don't fight fair, cause you'll never win.
Right, I had the yapper and I told they ass up.
Can't detour when you at war with your city. Why run for? Just ride with me, just die with me. That gun store right there. When you fight, don't fight fair, cause you'll never win. Yeah.
Wow. You know, it reminds me a little bit of Think About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. I think I brought it up during that video where it's talking about it's so ingrained in your DNA that it's so hard to like separate yourself from it, like, even if you don't want to, even if you don't agree with it. Battle between trying to go a different way while also acknowledging that sometimes you just have to lean into something enough to get around it. You can't detour it. It's hard to go around things when the whole city is at war with itself, and these policies only hurt and added fuel to the fire. You don't fight fair. The whole setup, the whole system's against you. At least that's what I'm getting out of it. That was a really good song. I just love that he even brought up the Ronald Reagan era. I know this whole thing is kind of around Section 8 housing, and then you've got this whole thing about the 80s. I mean, there's just so many like layers to it, and he's just talking about so many things happening at once. It's his story and the people around him stories that impacted him, and understanding not only was this administration doing the evils that it was doing, but then to be in an area that was so heavily affected like Compton. I'll just never get over, he just has such a way with words, such a way of painting a picture. At this point, don't think that he can do anything wrong. Seriously. Next up we have Po Man's Dreams, His Vice featuring GLC. Let's jump into it.
Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good.
I used to want to see the penitentiary way after elementary. Thought it was cool to look the judge in the face when he sentenced me. Since my uncles was institutionalized, my intuition had said I was suited for family ties. My mommy is stressing my daddy side. I need me a weapon, these niggas ride every minute, hour and second. Ministers tried to save me, how I'm gonna listen when I don't even hear God? Ooh. Heaven or hell, base it all on my instincts. My hands dirty, you worry about mud in your sink.
Already, the way that he says things, my intuition said I was suited for family ties. Like, I anticipate following in his path. Ministers tried to save me. How am I gonna listen when I don't even hear God? But this one, my hands dirty, you worried about the mud in your sink. Oh, I'm processing. As if it could ever equate. Again, so woven into the DNA, you know, am I destined to follow this path? Even if I want it or not, you're hearing these external things of, you know, follow this religion and the minister's trying to save you. I just
like the mistake a street nigga for real nigga. The same nigga that killed with you, squeal with you. I deal with you like my son, stare at the sun, and you'll be looking in my eyes, homie. Stand for something or fall for anything, and you working with two left.
Oh my God. Stand for something or fall for anything?
At the skating rink. But anyway, this for my niggas, uncles. 23 hours sending me pictures. I want you to know that I'm so determined to blow that you hear the music I wrote. Hope to get you off death row. You came home to a pocket full of stones, a Metro PC phone, then you went back in. So when I touch the pen is in my view. I'ma get it right, just so you.
Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good.
I'm sorry, I'm stopping this so much. Oh my God. Is that a play on 23 hours and then you're 1 hour out? I think that's what that's talking about. I'm so determined to blow up that you'll hear the music I wrote. Hope it gets you off death row. Why is death row capitalized? That's gotta be about something else too, right? I'll look it up later. Or y'all tell me. But I feel like it's the fact that it's capitalized, I don't think normal death row is capitalized, right? Because the system is so broken, you came home and the same things are happening and you fall back into those same patterns. So when I touch the pen is my view.
Smoke good, eat good, live good.
And I do this for the city. Got some Hennessy and my real niggas with me. Fuck the police, they gon' have to come and get me. If it feel good to you, holla if you hit me.
You like the mistake a street nigga, for real nigga. The same nigga that killed with you, squill with you. I like to start it out from the bottom and build with you. Be on my last dollar and split the bill with you. I'm 23 with morals and plans to live in cordial. Not rich but wealthy. There's nothing you can tell me. My killings are not remorseful. The city got my back. Before that, I give them my torso. You think about it. And don't call me lyrical, cause really I'm just a nigga that's evil and spiritual. I know some rappers using big words to make their similes curve. My simplest shit be more I penetrate the hearts of good kids and criminals, worrisome individuals that live life critical. So won't you bear witness while I bear feet, so you can walk in my shoes and get to know me.
Oh my god.
But anyway, this for my pops. Lunch break, eating in that parking lot. I wanna be heard, probably thought he worked my nerves, but really he was stressing me getting what I deserve. Somebody said my name on the radio, he ain't know I was ready for the world that minute. So the next time he roll up and drop grams in it, he probably be out of work, laid back while he smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good.
So wait, is he saying now that he's starting to like make a name for himself, probably be out of work, laid back while he's like gets to live a better life?
Good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good. Smoke good, eat good, live good.
And I do this for the city. Got some Hennessy and my real niggas with me. Fuck the police, they gon' have to come and get me. If it feel good to you, holler if you hear me.
Holler If You Hear Me is a Tupac reference too, right?
Church is definitely on the move, and now we took it up to the cathedral, cause the ism is enormous. You know what I'm talking about? We out here rotating under the 5 P's, proper preparation prevents poor performance. You know what I'm talking about? Doing my thing as I'm rotating with my speakers thumping from the British city streets all the way out here to the streets of Compton. On the move, we gon' continue to hustle and grow and develop out far. As I rotate with my true player partner by the name of Kendrick, Lamar. You know what I'm talking about? This is the ism, this is the vision. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta get up off your ass and get it, man. That's the only way your pocket's gonna expand. I tell you every day, you know what I'm talking about? Apply yourself to supply your wealth. Only limitations you ever have is those that you place upon yourself. Church is definitely on the move, you know what I'm talking about? Exercise your ism. It don't depend on no one else. Cathedral, church, ism.
Yeah, I really liked that one. This is gonna be one of the songs that I'm gonna need to really listen to a few times and dissect the lyrics. Just some of the highlights. There's so much here. I know some rappers using big words to make their similes curve, like connect. The simplest shit be more pivotal. So it's just easy to understand. I penetrate the hearts of good kids and criminals. What an unbelievable way to say that his lyrics and his music can be consumed by anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, that you can get something out of this. What I get out of this is bigger to me than just being some top rapper. This is about speaking out and saying things that are important to him, to highlighting the issues that we have, to showing people across all walks of life what it was like for him and what it's like for so many people. I have chills. It almost feels like he's breaking the fourth wall. You know, it's like so intentionally saying, really freaking good. I mean, I haven't disliked anything. We're listening to the whole album, so next up we have chapter 10. So in the meantime, let me know, what are your thoughts? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did I miss? Let me know. And until the next one, bye.